A warm good evening to one and all gathered here in this digital platform. Education is not the learning of facts, but the training of mind to think, preached by Albert Einstein. Let us all join together and learn the online teaching techniques through the resource person. Dr. Deepalakshmi ma'am, I request you to check your audio once, please.
Hello, good evening, everyone.
Yeah, thank you, ma'am. Now I call upon the assistant professor from Department of English, Mrs. Chitra Selvam ma'am, to welcome to give and deliver the welcome address and introduce the chief guest of the day.
Thank you, Sri Vashni.
Thank you, ma'am.
Welcome to today's session. I am Ms. Chitra, Assistant Professor, Department of English, Sri Kanyaka Parameshwari Arts and Science College for Women. I am excited to welcome you all. On behalf of the management, correspondent sir, Sri Kukilam Ramesh sir, our beloved principal, Ma'am Dr. T. Moknastri, charming vice principal, Ma'am Dr. P.B. Vanitha, energetic vice principal, Ma'am academics, Dr. M.B. Pinay, and faculty of Sri Kanyaka Parameshwari Arts and Science College for Women. I am extremely honored to welcome our resource person, Dr. R. Deepalakshmi, for the webinar on online teaching tools. Thank you so much, madam, for accepting our invitation as a resource person. I'm extremely happy to welcome our participants from other colleges across the state. I am pleased that you have acknowledged our invitation and joined us. Once again, we welcome you all to the webinar. I feel immense pleasure in introducing the resource person, Dr. R. Deepalakshmi, for today's session. Our resource person is a multi-talented personality showing her talents in various academic activities. Dr. R. Deepalakshmi completed her MCA degree with distinction at Etiraj College for Women, Chennai. She studied her MPhil degree at Madurai Kamarajar University. She completed her doctorate degree at the University of Madras, Chennai. She worked as an aide in the Department of Computer Science and Applications at Tyagaraja College. At present, she is working as assistant professor in the Department of Computer Application at Tamil Nadu Dr. Ambedkar Law University. She has more than 16 years of teaching experience and more than 10 years of research experience in the field of data mining, algorithm analysis, geographical data mining, bioinformatics, image mining, and cybercrime. She has published more than 20 research articles in the national and international journals with high impact factors and Scopus Index journals. She has presented papers in many conferences. She has received many awards in academics and research. To name a few: Research Excellence Award 2019, Young Researcher Award 2018, Best Teacher Award 2017, Young Woman Educator and Scholar Award 2020, and received many appreciations from many universities. She has published more than 5 books in her subject discipline. She is also the coordinator of various international conferences, seminars, and workshops. She is an active resource person in many colleges. Dr. R. Deepalakshmi has rendered her research guidance to many MPhil scholars and produced the best candidate in her area of specialization. She is a woman of passion who is interested to be updated and face challenges. At present, she is handling EBEX teaching technology at Tamil Nadu Dr. Ambedkar Law University. I hope the session would enlighten us, and there is going to be a lot of knowledge sharing exclusively for the teaching community. Now I request this amazing personality to take over the session. I welcome you, ma'am. Over to Dr. R. Deepalakshmi.
Thank you, ma'am, for your good introduction.
Thank you,
and yeah, I have started screen sharing. Can you able to see?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, ma'am. Thank Kanyaka Parameshwari College for giving me this opportunity. So kindly mute your microphones, and if you like to say something or ask a question, please use the chat box, and kindly switching off your video because it will help with better connectivity. If there is a delay in the presentation, please wait online and we'll get back to you. So what are all the learning tools? So in this pandemic situation, so the learning tools is going to be most important for the teachers, right? So these are all the tools available, like Book Creator, Google Classroom or Moodle, Google Peep, Google Sites, Jamboard, Infographic, Quick Player. But what is the tool which is most relevant to us? It's like, see, since this is conducted by the Department of Languages, that is English and Tamil, so I would like to translate both in Tamil as well as in English. So, எத்தனை book இருந்தாலும் நம்ம என்ன தேவையோ அந்த புக் மட்டும் தான் நம்ம யூஸ் பண்றோம். Like that, whatever may be the tools which is most useful to us, we will be using that. So accordingly, Google Classroom is one of the best tools where everything will be accommodated. Okay, so what is Google Classroom? It is a free to use the tool which is developed by Google for schools. So starting schools ku develop pannanga. Now it is useful for college students also, for simplifying, creating, distributing and grading assignments. The primary purpose of Google Classroom is to streamline the process of sharing files between teachers and students. So teachers and students ko ulla or connectivity ku vandu this Google Classroom helps as a platform. So it is mainly a digital tool. In this pandemic situation, it is mostly the need for the hour. So most of us have now resorted the usage of online tools. So most of our faculties will be using the online tools. This is enabling the students to meet in physical space. So we are there now in the virtual classroom, like not a physical classroom. We are now using the virtual classroom, and this Google Classroom helps in providing us for a virtual meet. So what are all the functions? So to tell, Google Classroom is a structured tool which helps the teacher or the mentor to manage the classroom. So instead of a physical classroom, the Google Classroom is a structured tool which helps the teacher to manage the classroom with the students. So it is a virtual classroom. We can send the course materials to the students. It enhances the communication and collaboration with the students. So the main features why Google Classroom is most important tool than other tools. It facilitates the organization of course content in digital form. We can assess the students. So what we used to do, since we are under the CBCS pattern, we are there to provide the internal test to the students, regular internal test. So this Google Classroom platform helps the assessments of the students through assignments and quizzes. So I will tell you how to give the assignment and quizzes to the students. Later I'll be explaining. It also maintains the records of each student through Gradebox, and the report card also can be produced. It is a free tool, can be accessible anywhere through your laptop or tablet or mobile phones. And one important thing is, if you are going to use your Google Classroom, definitely you should have your Gmail ID. So without Gmail ID, you can't sign up with your Google Classroom. With Yahoo or Rediff, you can't sign, okay? So definitely you should have a Gmail ID, and also your students should also need a Gmail ID for entering into the Google Classroom. So one more thing I would like to tell is, better ask for the faculties. Every faculties are not given with the institutional ID, right? But there are more advantages in this institutional ID. See, with the help of institutional ID in the Google Classroom, at a stretch, 1,000 teachers and students can join the classroom. But with our personal ID, only 250 students can join. So I think so this is the right time to ask our management or director to give us the institutional ID. So now, how to use the Google Classroom? So from the Play Store, as and when we are downloading, whatever we are downloading, we can download from the Play Store. As a teacher, we need to create a classroom. So for the student purpose, they need to join the classroom. This is helpful for posting the information for students. So how to join everything, I'll be displaying it as a screenshot. The code will be generated, and using that code, the students can join the Google Classroom. If the students can't access the code, we can also invite the students with the help of mail ID, and they can join. So I think Google Classroom is more compassionate or more user-friendly, and more than that, more safe, because if you take in WhatsApp, being a co-educational institution, some of them will be working in co-educational institutions. In WhatsApp, all the numbers will be displayed, right? So there will be girls who don't want their number to be known to other students, right? But in Google Classroom, the numbers will not be there, only the mail ID. So I think this is a very safe platform to be used, and it has all the features. So now, assignment. So now we are in the digital era. So we are actually talking, we are digital now. This curfew has provided us a digital era. So these assignments should be a paperless work. Innonu nama sollalam, students usually, ma'am, ella mudichita madam, but I didn't bind the notebook. Nowadays, this is not possible. So it is used for creating assignments without a paperless work, and we can assign the end date and time for submission. If the student has submitted on time, it will be turned in. If the student has failed, it will be reported as missing. If the student submitted late, it will be turned on late. So everything will be in a authorized manner. Okay. So the student can't they can't think. And next, we can also create a quiz using this. And plagiarism. See, plagiarism we have nowadays we have thought speaking about only for research purpose. But also, suppose if the student is submitting an assignment, some of the students, what they will do, they will just check the, go to the Google, copy it, paste it and submit it, right? But in Google Classroom, you will be having on the right hand side down, there will be something called originality of the work. So if you click on that originality of the work, we can see how much of the content the student has copied from the Google, right? But it is difficult for us to check it in the binded format. But it is easy for us, and no student can they cannot. So now entering into the Google Classroom. So this is a screenshot of how. So this is you're going to download the Google Classroom. So one thing, see, these are the apps, okay, available in Google. So in that you will be having Google Meet, Google Hangouts, etc. Chrome, okay. So Chrome is nothing but one second. So this is your Google Classroom. So I have downloaded this. So these are all the classrooms. Now I'm having BC, LLB, A section, B section, C section. So this is the most important thing. This is for apps point of view, and this plus, right? So there are two options called join class and create class. As a teacher, as a faculty, we need to create class. As a student, after us creating, they will be using this option of joining classes. So just make note of these two. Create class is used for teachers and join class is for students. Okay. So while creating classes, so this is most mandatory. That is, the class name is most mandatory, without which the Google Classroom will not be created. Whereas this is optional. This rooms, section, etc. is optional. Even with giving your class name alone, the Google Classroom can be created. So give your class name, section, subject, and then click on the create. Okay. So after creating, you can see the Google Classroom is created. See here. So now this is the most important thing, right? The code is generated by the Google. So this is the code where we can copy and share it to the students, say the student rep or something, so that all the students with the help of this Google code can join the class. Okay. When you come to the right hand side, there will be something called select theme and upload photo. So select theme is nothing but you will be using your clip art pictures. So there will be a list of themes available. You can select optional. Ungalku enna theme pudikidho, you can select accordingly. And upload photo, your institutional photo or institution logo, anything you can upload over it. Okay. So now these are the tabs which are most important. When you see create, after coming to the stream, that is classroom, I'm having an option called create. So I should come to the classwork and I can assign either assignment or quizzes or materials. Okay. So when a teacher is going to send the material, this materials can be sent using the links. So the links is nothing but using the internet option, you're going to give the link to the students. And also you can send the YouTube link. Also you can send through a file. The file is nothing but the documents which are already there in your system, and you can send the files to that material. Okay. So there are various options of sending the materials to the students. So assignment is used, you can just assign the marks also for the students. Already I have created an assignment, say essay, and the marks and what is the due date for it, when you should submit, and all others can be looked into that. So only myself, I have just for a trial purpose, I have included myself as a student. So I assigned with one assignment, not turned in. Okay, not turned in the sense I have not yet submitted my assignment. So these are all the things you can see. Now, the next option is your quiz. So using the Google form, you can have the option for creating the quiz. Each question can be typed. See, for example, here I have created a quiz. So for each question, I can create the number of points. And after submitting, the student can able to see the marks. Okay, so this is about the Google Classroom. Now, one thing is, you would have been, many FDPs are there regarding the Moodle. It is also a learning platform. But what I tell is, Google Classroom has more advanced features compared to Moodle. So it is better to select Google Classroom than Moodle. Okay. So we can also generate the participation certificate. So this is just an algorithm or something like a step-by-step procedure of how to generate a certificates for the participants. If suppose my institution is going to conduct a webinar, okay. So what I should do for each and every student, suppose there are 250 or 300 participants, what I should do, I can't go and select each and every name, right? So go to the Google slide, click on the add form, add-ons, there will be an option called Certify M, the status, if it is turned on, suppose if we are evaluating the faculties or something by passing minimum percentage, if passing is 80%, then create a template. So what will be the certificate? Email me the sample. If it is okay, then all the 500 or 1000 participants will be getting the certificate at one stretch. Now, Cisco WebEx, okay? This is another platform which our institution is using. Like Cisco WebEx is something like where we can take the students' attendance, and it is more secure compared to Google Meet and Zoom, because see, even though I am just talking, there is some technical team working over there, right? They will be seeing who is entering into the room, who is leaving the room, an unknown person is entering into the room. But when I am taking class as an individual person, I will not be having time to look into all to this, right? So Cisco WebEx, each and every teacher will be assigned with a separate classroom. Separate classroom will be given, and the attendance will be there according to the alphabetical order. It will be telling whether the students are available or not, and what is the time he is letting in and what is the time he is letting out. So Cisco WebEx is useful for the teachers for individual classroom without any technical help. So Google Meet, why not Google Meet? Okay, it is only for limited people. Zoom we can go up to 500 people, but Google Meet it's only for limited people. Okay, so I think Cisco WebEx is very much positive for the teachers to enter into the classroom atmosphere. So this is just like how we sign into the Google just now, how you came into the Google, just like that, you can sign into the Cisco WebEx meeting. Now, book creators. So usually we faculties, what we will do, one day we will teach them using a PowerPoint presentation. One day we will teach them using the Blackboard presentation. One day we will, what we will do as a computer science, we will take them to the lab, just ask them to do the practicals and then teaching. So because students need something different, right? So book creator, number present pandradhe, we will execute it in the form of the book and present it to the students. Okay, so think of it, we ourselves can create a book without any cost, right? Just try out this book creators. It is very amazing thing. That is, what are all the materials? Or 5 page irundhalum paravaala illa 10 page irundhalum paravaala. That's to compile all the materials. Okay, when you go to bookcreator.com, you just log in, sign up and create a book. So a new book will be created. Book publish pannavanga, you will be knowing what is the process, right? So now just make it a trial for your next book. So a new book, a shape, a cover, a background will be created. So you can import the cover page, pictures already it will be there. Just to number one, every word la clip art vechi la PPT la clip art vechi select pandromo images. The same way the import pictures is going. It will be having a set of images related to your whether you are in science or arts or maths background. Relatively, the pictures will be there, and you can click and select. It has a library of 40 books, and accordingly, you can launch the button. Immediately, you can publish online. So just have a glance at bookcreators.com. So these are the tools which are now used by the faculties. In that, I prefer Cisco WebEx and Zoom. Now, okay, these are all the Google Classroom. What to do? Suppose tomorrow I have a very important work, but I have a timetable in my thing. I should take from 10 to 12. I should engage my students. What to do? There will not be any substitute in online, right? So make use of this video recording tools. Okay. So this Camtasia, QuickTime Player, Get Into PC. These are all the video recording tools. See, for example, Camtasia. If you like to pay some amount, then you can go for Camtasia. Otherwise, for art subjects like English and Tamil, no need for slide presentation or laptop. So you can go for DO recorder. It is very, very compatible. It is free of cost, and you can directly download, and you can speak with the students, record to the students, and just to send it through the WhatsApp. Even get into PC, the same thing like that. Okay. So those who want to have a very effective thing, or if we want to publish in the YouTube or something, go for Camtasia. It is very good. Okay. No, just for the students' purpose, I'm just going to send the going to send my audio, then go in for get into PC or video recorder. Okay. Next, interaction tools. So whenever a teacher is going to keep on talking with the student gets bored, right? So these are all the things which we have for interacting with the students. Mentimeter.com. It is a quiz-based test. It relates to the particular thing. And most of the tools which I have seen, this asks for the institutional ID. So it is a better time for us to ask for the institutional ID for those who have not got. Okay. And Kahoot.com. This is also good. This is IT is for login for students, and Create Kahoot. This is for teacher. The same thing is Slido.com. Next is it asks for the student's roll number for login. Online examinations. Now we have many universities conducting online examinations for final years. Even Law University is conducting online examination for final years. So METTL platform. This is useful for online examinations. Metal platform. Now websites used in teaching. So if you're Google Scholar, you should have a separate website. So WIX, you can create a website in your name. Whatever books you have published, whatever journals you have published, or whatever thing. See, today and tomorrow I have attended this many. I have Scopus journal and Elsevier journal, etc. Everything you can have in this website. Now, a department is there. HOD is calling for the department meeting. Then what we can do? We can use that Blogger. Okay, Blogger is used as a discussion forum. Now, next is here. For example, like microbiology or zoology, they will be having some visual representation of data collection, right? For that, you can use infographics. It is a very good visual representation tool. Next is your PictoChart. PictoChart, for example, webinar. Okay, daily we have lots and lots of webinar. For that, we'll be having posters, we have to create flyers, etc. So we can make use of the PictoChart. We'll be giving a beautiful posters and flyers for creating. Next is Google Keep, the same thing. So every day I'll be having, I would have been registered many webinars, many FDP, but I don't know, I can't write on each and every, because it is going to be a digital era. We have started, we have taken a first step. So what to do? All the reminder of classes, all the webinars, everything you keep it in a Google Keep. Okay. Okay, no blackboard at my home, no whiteboard at my home. What to do? No worries, just use the Jamboard. It's just like a blackboard, you can download and use it. Okay. Next, Google Calendar, same. Select the time and date for scheduled meeting. Next, we are all into blended learning. Blended learning in the sense, okay, இப்போ online learning வந்துருச்சு. மொத்தமாவே நம்ம வந்து online learningல போக கூடாது. Blended learning in the sense, we are going to use the traditional based learning along with the online learning and combine into both, such that the student gets a personalized education. Whatever he wants, that alone he is going to get. Believe me, like we will be having a halite subject, right, for each and every class. Year after, they will be, maybe after 1 or 2 years, each and every student will be challenging his particular halite subject, because it is going to be online. Okay, so avanuku enna thevayo adha mattum dhaan avanuku kudukanum. So personalized education. So blended learning is a very good advantages for the student, and I think that online Hello.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, you can carry on, ma'am.
Yeah. Can you see my presentation, ma'am?
Not yet, ma'am.
1 second. Now, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am. You have started. Yeah, we can see it, ma'am.
Okay. Okay. Next is your e-content preparation. That is how to prepare your e-content. Okay. So if I'm just going to record my audio, then start with podcast. Okay. PODCAST. Start with podcast. You can just record your audio and just send it to WhatsApp or something. Using in giving lecture, summary, or small motivating talk, you can use this podcast. Okay. This is the most useful for the faculties who are not having laptop at this time, because no one have known in the mari or situation varona, no one would have expected. Now, starters educational videos. Now, one video, see, I am not at idu varaikum vandu na video ve pannadilla. So, how to start with? So, tabletop, there is some option called tabletop, screencast, slidecast. So, what do you mean by tabletop? Tabletop vechi eppadi na video create pananum. Okay. So, just have a table. Say, for example, I am just showing you the image over there. So, this is the tabletop. Okay. Just is having the paper. Okay. Effective lighting, which is throwing on that particular paper, should have a good sketch color. Okay. It should not be a very light color. It should be a dark color like red or green or black or something. And main thing, the paper should be in landscape. Landscape na நம்ம இப்படி வச்சிருக்கணும், like horizontal, vertical allama horizontal வச்சிருக்கணும். So in that, adhe madri, when you are recording, use your mobile phone which does not shake from the particular position. Okay, just place the mobile phone and start recording. Now, how to use the tabletop? Given the YouTube link, you can just go through that YouTube link so that you can know how to record using the tabletop. Okay, so using tabletop, you can record. Next is screencast. Screencast is nothing but create two or three slides. As soon as you are creating the slide, you can record side by side simultaneously. Okay. Next is your steps which are allowed. So how to start with the tabletop? Just take the topic which is familiar to you. Just take a small topic and the best topic. So start preparing. Must be careful in selecting color of the pen. Keep the paper in landscape. After preparing, after recording, see, no one is the best assessor than us, right? First you assess yourself, then give it to your friend. After that he tells, okay, publish it. Okay, so work on the cons you receive from the friend, work on the disadvantages. Screencast. So record computer screen with audio explanation. Ipa pathingena, see, I am into that PPT, right? Record slideshow or option irukka. So whenever I am after creating the PPT also, I can just click this record slideshow. As soon as when I speak, it keeps on recording. Then directly you can publish. So this option is there in the PPT. Make use of it. So how to screencast? Prepare the topic which is your favorite. Select a small topic. So when you are recording your first video, select a small topic. Try to record in a single attempt. The first is the best. Record and assess, debug the errors and rectify, repeat the recording if needed, ask your friends for disadvantages and work on it. Now, next is, can we try animation? See, as far as animation is Hercules task, if at all you want like visual communication, that type of faculties can try this. Otherwise, no need for animated videos. So how to make a good content? The content should be interactive. E-content should be interactive. The student should have an experience, not just a video. So each and every, after 2 or 3 minutes, we should ask what type of networking is used in a practical lab when I'm taking networking. The answer should be typed in the chat box. So the content should be in that interactive manner. So what is required for recording? A web camera is required, mic, laptop, smartphone, tablet. But you believe or not, if you are going to have only audio recording, go with your mobile phone, because mobile phones have a very good speaker compared to any other things. Okay, go with your mobile phone and speaker. Next, you download this Audacity. Okay. What is the use of this Audacity? If you have some extra noises, that will be automatically cut over there. When you are going to record your video, just download Audacity so that it will be cutting off the extra noises. So it will be a clarity. The clarity will be more good. So what are the steps to be followed for effective online teaching? Online, we don't just teach. We are there to motivate the students because there are lots of YouTube now. The students will be accessing lots of YouTube videos. We are going to send the YouTube links. They are with the Google 24/7. So just we are going to motivate the students, aiming to achieve the students' goals, building the community. If we give the roadmap, definitely they will build enough community. And short length videos is more than enough because the research says human mind is active only for 10 minutes. Human mind is active only for 10 minutes. So whatever we say, 10 minutes, our mind will definitely listen. After that, we will listen, but I don't know. It is the research says. So let it be a shorter videos so that the students will be interested to see that videos and keep moving. And definitely in the end of the thing, you should have a summary of what you have covered. So types of content. It can be a fact, it can be a process, a concept, a procedure. It can be a content quality. So most important, if the quality is content related, the selection of pedagogy is also more important. And for the presentation quality, the presenter is more important. Dialogue delivery is more important. For the production quality, the topic should be relevant and proper light should be there. Audio recorder should be there. And you should have a proper software choosing. And one more thing, you can just try this out. See, for each and every slide you are publishing, right? And then the slide you can give the recording over there. So if you go to that insert option, you will have something like audio. See here, you can see an audio over here. Just click on that audio. This button will be there. You start recording. So just listen to this. So in each and every slide, you can just click the audio, just expand it. Okay. So these are all the many things available. So I think so my presentation will be useful, would have been useful for the starting presenters. And for the starting, we are all using the online tools, but very somewhat advanced, I think I would have presented. So if you have any questions, you can just ask. Thank you.
Ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, am I audible?
Yes, ma'am, you're audible, ma'am.
Ma'am, how to create those kinds of slides using Moodle? So what is
Madam, actually, yeah. Actually, Moodle, we can create. See, we should create the slide and then pass it. It is like a platform which will be useful for the teachers and students to communicate. So create a slide and then you can transmit to the Moodle. I'll be just, when I'm sending the PDF, I will also include that and send it as a PDF, ma'am.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you so much, ma'am. Ma'am, and one more thing. What is the necessary requirements for downloading this kind of Moodle? So I heard about that. We need Apache server, DB2, so and so.
Yes, ma'am. Everything is open source, ma'am. All that Apache server, etc. Everything is open source. Okay, you can download it and then you can download the Moodle. Okay, no problem in that.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah, sure.
Hello. 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 Hello.
Yes.
Yes, sir. I think you're trying to talk. We can hear you. You please go further, sir.
Madam, I am Nizar Ahmad from Viluppuram, madam. What the
Yeah, good evening,
what
sir.
the what the webinar you have taught is excellent, madam. I have been working in Welltech
Thank you, sir.
University. I thought that this
Okay,
is an
sir.
arts and science background. How far they are
Okay,
going
sir.
to explain, but it is excellent, madam. I too not even
Thank
tried.
you very much, sir. Thank
Until
you,
if you
sir.
are not thanking the concerned person, it doesn't mean that we have thanked the Almighty. It was said by
Okay.
Prophet Muhammad. So
Yes,
thanks a
sir.
lot
Yes,
for
sir.
arranging good seminar. Good output, madam. Thanks a lot.
Thank you. Thank you very much, sir. Thanks for the coordinators who have organized. Thanks for the organizers.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Hello.
Yes, sir. Good
Hello.
evening.
Can you hear? Good evening, ma'am. I'm Assistant
Good evening.
Professor Amrit Raj, Department of English.
Yeah, good evening, sir.
Ma'am, can you tell me what is the difference between a normal PowerPoint and a Google slide? What is the difference between a normal PPT and a Google slide?
Sir, actually, there is nothing called as Google Slides, sir. The PPT
Okay.
we are recording or PPT we are saving, and Google
Okay.
Classroom is just a platform to
Okay.
send the materials. The materials can be sent via this PowerPoint presentation or the Word document. You can send anything. See, via Google platform, Google Classroom, you can send the Word document, you can send the you can send the recorded video, you can send the YouTube materials, everything can be sent. It is a platform. Okay. And one more
Okay.
thing, there is something called stream in Google Classroom. That is nothing but just like if you are giving some notifications in Facebook, what we will do, we will just read that notification. So there is a stream in
Yes.
Google Classroom. So if you want to make some announcement to the students, you can use that stream in
Okay.
Google Classroom. If you want to give assignments to the students,
Okay.
if you want to
Hello,
give
ma'am.
assignments to the
Yeah.
students, if you
Okay.
want to give assignments to the students, use classwork.
Okay.
Okay, assignments, quiz. Use
Ma'am,
classwork.
unmute.
Yeah. Use classwork. And if you want to just make an announcement, use stream in the Google Classroom. So make use of that stream, classwork, people. People is there, another tab in Google Classroom. So people is nothing but there will be teacher and a student. And one more thing is there. See, in a Google Classroom, it is not necessary only one teacher or students will be there. There can be also 4 to 5 teachers also. Okay, but one should be hosting it, and you should include all the teachers. Either you can include using that code, or you can include using the mail ID. But remember, the mail ID should be only Gmail ID. Without Gmail ID, you can't enter into the Google Classroom.
Yeah, thank you, ma'am. And there is also one more question in the chat box. Like,
Yes.
how can I record without interruption as live in the middle of the city? This question was asked by Tejaswani Dubey. So,
Yes, how can you? Yes, how can you?
how
Can
can
you
I
come out?
record without interruption as live in a middle of city? Like, we know that we have a lot of network trafficking. We have lot of problems.
Yeah. I can get it, ma. Like everything every recorder has a edit option. Okay. So what you do is you record. See, even if I am going to have a 15 minutes video, I won't be like perfect for all the from starting from first minute to the 15th minute. So record it. What I suggest is if you are going to be interrupted in the 7th minute, okay. So just save it. Then starting from the 6th minute, you again record so that the editing will not be left any sentences. Okay. So the editing option is there. There are more editing options, but before, after interruption, go to the before the minute and start recording from first.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. I think there is also one more question from Amrit Raj. I have another question, ma'am. What will be the best apps for online teaching?
Online teaching, as I told you, Google Classroom. That's why I'm so particular in Google Classroom. It is the best tool for online teaching because you can assess the students, right? You can assess the students, give questions, submit the materials. Material content is more important. And if I'm going to present a video also, you can share to the Google Classroom. What not there? So Google Classroom is the best tool compared to everyone, and it's very compatible. User compatibility, yes.
And as you said, comparatively with Moodle, Google Classroom is preferred to be best.
Definitely.
Okay, ma'am. And there is one more question. I think you have already said, but still the participant is needing some clarification. What is the difference between Moodle and Google Slides? It seems like they have posted this.
Yeah, that's what Google Slide is not there. I think so. I answered this question previously.
Yeah,
Yes.
fine. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Dear participants and the respected teachers who have been taken part in this digital platform, please put forth your questions in the chat box so that it would be easy for me to ask to ma'am directly. I have muted all the participants just because we do not have any network disruption. So please don't mistake and post your contents in the chat box, please. Ma'am, there is a question like how to change the Google Classroom code. So can you please answer for that?
Yeah, there is an option. There is an option, ma. There is an option when you right click into the Google Classroom code. There is an option called change code. Okay, 1 second. I'll just show it.
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Yes. So when you see here, when you right click it, there will be option called change code. So you can allow to change the code. Okay, there is an option.
Yes,
just go to the code, right click, you will be having an option called change code.
Okay. Ma'am, there is one more question that the person, Arukia, I guess, she has questioned that, can you please let me know some of the best editing tools to edit the recorded videos? So it would be easy for them to present properly, I think.
Yeah, actually OBS projector is there. So if I talk about OBS projector, it will again go for 1 hour. Okay, OBS projector is the best thing where we can record, where we can edit, everything is there. Okay, so it is easy to use because we are all teaching communities. நம்ம கத்துக்கிற மாதிரி வேற யாருமே கத்துக்க முடியாது. I'm thinking the past. ஏன்னா வந்து we have the notion, அதாவது நம்மளுக்கு ஒரு ஆப்ஷன் இருக்கு, நம்ம கண்டிப்பா சொல்லி கொடுத்து தான் ஆகணும் ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸ்க்கு. So we will be in the route to learn further, right? So I think so. OBS projector, if we have time, definitely even I can send you through, send the procedure how to use the OBS projector in the PDF file. Yes, you can edit, you can record, you can play with whatever you want. OBS projector is a very good option for that.
Yeah, thank you. And there is a question that what are the steps to be followed for screencast? If I'm not wrong, what we are doing now is screencast, I guess.
Yes,
so
yes.
There is nothing. Yes, ma'am, you can please.
Yeah, steps is nothing but as soon as you're like the simultaneous procedure of recording the audio along with the video. That is your screencast. That is as soon as I am presenting my slides, I'm going to record my audio. That is your screencasting. Yes.
So next question from Nitya ma'am, I guess. How much GB or MB for 1 hour class? Is it affordable for every student? Like, I think they are coming to put forth how many MB does it takes for the student to get on?
Yeah, I can get you. Like even I have faced the same situation because I was conducting Viva for 3 hours, and it's a very difficult thing because when you are going for video, okay, when you are going for video, definitely 2 GB will be used only for 38 minutes exactly. Okay, so what you should do is just switch off your video. Video is no way needed. As and when if you are needing your video, you can see, because it will be interactive without the video itself. But without the video, you can go for 1.5 hours. So I suggest not to use the video unless or until it is necessary. Hello.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Yes.
And there is one more question that is it possible to hold the attention of the students during online teaching? Because
definitely.
There are immense possibilities to distract the students. Can you please explain it further, ma'am? This question is from participant 8AB99 something. So please put forth your answers, ma'am.
Yeah, that's what I told. Many interactive tools are there, like Mediometer, etc. Because where you will be having relevant quizzes, which is substantiates your teaching. See, because many faculties would have attended the FDP conducted by UGC. So even last month, I think so, one Moodle FTP was there. So what the questions will be raised from the video, right? So only if you are attentive in that classroom, you can attend the quizzes. Otherwise, the quiz cannot be attended by the students. So using the assessment, you can assess the students whether they have listened to your content or not, right?
Yeah, ma'am. Okay. And there is one more person with a question that how far Google Meet will be helpful.
Yeah,
So,
Google
yeah.
Meet is for limited persons. It's also a very good tool for online teaching, but for limited persons. Suppose if you are going to take a special class, only for 50 students are there. Below 50 means you can go for Google Meet.
Okay, ma'am. And will you please explain about infographics? Or there's a question like this.
Yeah, infographics, it's a visual representation tool. Suppose if a person is going to take a statistics class, then he can use make use of that infographics. It's a visual representation tool. If we want to visually represent anything, because for Tamil, English, computer science, I don't think infographics will be useful. Anything need to be visually identified by the teacher to the students, then visual infographics will be useful. Yes.
Yes, ma'am. And can we publish our books with Book Creator?
I don't think you won't be having the ISBN number, right? Because for publishing, you need an ISBN number, you need a good publisher. This is for the sake of the students. It will be a rehearsal for your book publishing in ISBN. You can take like that.
Okay,
Yes.
ma'am. And yeah, there is one more question that possibly please share PPT to the participants with me, lady. Dear participants and all the staffs, we will be definitely posting you in PDF format of all this content what ma'am has shared. So please don't worry. We'll send you the mail within 7 days. So please be okay with that. And ma'am, there is a question that Coursera, EDX, and all other platforms that where we get many courses, online courses, are like we have to pay and we have to study. So is there any platform for free learning? I guess we have a lot of free learning areas, but the participant is questioning that shall we get even free certificates in that mode, because we have a lot of
Yeah, you
platforms.
see, one thing I want to convey, like if we are not bothered about certificates, right? There are many online platforms which teach us very well. Like you can have a course from UK, some universities, Oxford universities. Many are giving online courses, but we won't be getting certificates. If we want knowledge, certificate, I don't think it's necessary, right?
Yes, ma'am, sure. And is it possible to prevent plagiarism or copy the contents in the Google classroom by the students in their assignments? So I think, ma'am, you have already said we can do that. So
Yeah,
yes,
I told, yeah. There is an option in the right hand side, like originality. Okay, so there, if you go to the Google Classroom and see in the right hand side corner, you will be having originality after going to the assignments, originality of the work. After the student should have submitted, otherwise I would have shown you, right? If the student has submitted the assignment and you're going to go through that assignment, there will be an option called originality of work. In that you can assess whether the student has copied the content or is its original work.
yes, ma'am. So there is one more question that in many of the webinars or online teaching, we ask participants to mute their videos. But when it comes to interactive classes, we should interact with face-to-face. Is there any good platform to interact face-to-face all together as a group or in a mass? So like they're asking for any app.
Because I think so around 250 participants have registered. If the members are going to be more, then the connectivity is going to be less. But see, in a classroom, maximum there will be 50 students, not more than that, right? So for 50 students, we can have a face-to-face communication. Only if it goes above 75, 100, 150, it is difficult for us. That's why we are going to asking them to unmute and just stop their video. Yes.
Yes, ma'am. And there is also one more question. Yeah, we can go with all the assessments and quizzes, but is there possible for the students that without they copy from Google, this is happening everywhere. So when we conduct e-quizzes, many students just copy it, search it from Google and paste the answers and fill up the assessment. Is there any possible way that they can't?
Yes, I will.
So?
I will get into it, because many quizzes, what some of the students, like some of the things or FDPs or some of the webinars, what they do is they will just select the question from the Sand Foundry repository, they will just paste it. Then it is easy for all the student to just copy it, right? So
Yes.
your questions should be in such a way, the question should be raised only from what you are teaching. So only if the student listens to your teaching, he can attend that question. Otherwise, he can't attend that question. And the time limit also can be given to the students. Okay.
Yeah, ma'am.
And
Sure.
not only quizzes, you can be having a paragraph is also there. When you go to the quizzes, you will be having a paragraph question or one word question. So if he is writing a paragraph question, you can easily find whether he has copied it or he has written on his own. So there is a possibility.
Yes, ma'am. So are the webinars, like all the webinars are accredited by UGC? So you have to answer this, ma'am. Whether all the webinars are accredited and accredited by UGC?
I don't think so.
Yeah, sure, ma'am. It is actually, it is not possible for the UGC Grants Commission to give
See, if it is
accreditation
going to
for
be,
everything.
definitely in the invitation, it will be printed, accredited
ma'am.
by UGC. Yes, affiliated by UGC. Yes.
So can you explain more about Cisco WebEx?
Yeah, Cisco WebEx, it is a online platform where each and every teacher will be given a classroom. So in the classroom, the students will be first registered along with their mail ID and telephone number or student. Okay. So apart from that, okay, so authorized person of that particular classroom, he can enter. Otherwise, you can't enter. So there is no need for any technical team to look into whether any third person is entering or not. So already it will be fixed. The classroom is fixed. So only that persons can be entering into the classroom. And attendance, it will be taking, you no need to take, it will be taking the attendance. And 80% it is more like your what to say, Zoom. Okay. And the security, for security reason, it is better going for your Cisco WebEx meeting. Yes. Hello.
Thank you, ma'am. And as you have mentioned about flyer maker, a poster maker, can you please give us some other examples for those in respect of what you said, and please repeat the name of the app that you have said.
Pictograph, I suppose. One second. Yeah, PictoChat.
Okay, ma'am.
It is used for creating posters, flyers. Yes.
Yes, ma'am. So rather than this, is there any other poster making or flyer making thing that is free? Like it is there any free apps regardless this PictoChat?
Yeah, I have used PictoChat, but I will look into it and I will post it in the, when I'm giving the PDF, I will also include that and send it.
Sure, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah. Yeah.
Online 2 weeks FDP sponsored by MHRD will be considered as a refresher course.
Yes, definitely it will be considered.
Okay, ma'am. And madam, how can we be successful in following up the works with regard to controlling the attention of the students or the learners? You have already said this. The attention of the students is really important.
Just be interactive. That's it. Each and every time you just post a question. After 2 minutes, just post a question. Chat box, he should, if a same person is going to use the chat box, just tell him, please don't, Ramesh or Vignesh, please don't use the chat box. Another person tell me that. You should use the chat box. As I am calling in the classroom, Anita, tell me the answer for that. The same way I should ask, Anita, please post it in the chat box. If she is definitely listening, she should post. So this is the interaction, learning should be there, definitely.
Yes, ma'am. Which is the best one of the classroom, Edmodo or Google Classroom? If it is, let me know the features of Edmodo.
Yeah, Edmodo, I have not used it. Maybe I will try. I will see to it and post it in the PDF.
Yeah, ma'am. Thank you so much, ma'am. I think that's all for questions.
And sorry for the, in my part also, sorry for the inconvenience to the participants for the technical error which has taken place. Thank you.
We, the SKPC family, really extend and apologize for the technical issue that had taken place today. So let us come for the conclusion of this day. It is the supreme art of the teachers to awaken joy in creative expression and knowledge. This is a beautiful quote preached by Albert Einstein. A teacher is a compass who activates the magnets of curiosity, knowledge, and wisdom. Definitely, we all have to agree with this. Without teachers, we the students are nothing. Learning is a lifelong process. So being a teacher, we hope that this session have made you and given you a lot of stuffs that you have to go on with your students. Thank you so much for listening to us patiently. Now I call upon the assistant professor from English department, Chitra ma'am, to deliver the vote of thanks.
Thank you, Ms. Srivarshini.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for your informative and motivational session. Really, the session was informative and mind-blowing and also enhanced our technical skills. And it's indeed need to acquire technical skills at this current scenario. Thank you so much for enlightening us. Gratitude is the best attitude. Gratitude opens the door to the power, the wisdom, and the creativity of the universe. This is the time to show our gratitude to all. It gives me immense pleasure to propose the vote of thanks on behalf of Sri Kanyaka Parameshwari Arts and Science College for Women. First of all, I thank Dr. R. Deepalakshmi ma'am for accepting our invitation in spite of her busy schedule, enlightening us with the power of knowledge. I express our profound gratitude to our management, correspondent, principal, vice principals, and organizing team for the great support and encouragement in all endeavors. Once again, I extend my heartfelt thanks to today's resource person, Dr. R. Deepalakshmi, for her valuable presence and making this session successful. I also thank Ms. Srivarshini and her team for their technical support to organize this webinar. Last but not least, I convey my heartfelt thanks to all the participants from various colleges for your overwhelming response, making this webinar a grand success. Thank you for being a part of our webinar, and we hope that you have a great day. Thank you all.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.